Hello, I am Noah Shaneke, and I will be teaching the first saxophone lesson. Okay, so we are going to cover caring for the horn, assembly, first now, sounds, and on the neck, and then with the entire instrument, and then we're going to go over disassembly. Okay, so caring for the horn, typically you would want to have some good reeds, a clean mouthpiece, and a good saxophone. Alright, and once we have our saxophone, we can start putting it together. The first thing you want to do is put it on the floor, but since I can't do that with the camera or anything like that, I'm going to have to do this on the chairs. So typically this would be the floor, and then you're going to make sure that the case is right side up, so that way you see the logo on the top side of the case. And then you're going to make the latches too, because sometimes you can tell by the latches, if they're down like that, you can pop them up like that. Okay, and then you're going to kneel on the floor, tell your students to kneel on the floor, and then you're going to tell them to put your hands down on the case, and the first thing you need to do is put on your neck strap. Okay, so we got our neck strap on, and then you need to tell I need to tell my students that you're going to be very, very careful with the saxophone, because if you break anything, it's going to be another week for it to get fixed in your classroom. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to check and make sure that we have some good Van Doren reeds. Make sure you have cork grease in your case. You're going to carefully apply it to the neck. If it hasn't been touched in a while, you're going to put some on there. Not too much, although too much is not enough sometimes. Alright, so you're going to put it on. Okay, and then neck strap, cork grease. Okay, so now we're going to put our reed in our mouth. Fill with both 5. Just soak it like that. Then when you're ready, flip it over. And put it in this way too, so that way you get the end of it. Okay. Now you're going to take your mouthpiece and your ligature. You'll undo the ligature. Okay, and then you're going to take the ligature off, and then you're going to put the reed down. You're going to be very careful not to break it, and line the reed up. Make sure that it's not going over the break, because then if you accidentally hit it or whatever, it's going to break the reed. So you got to be very careful. Okay, once you got it lined up, you're going to take it and you're going to put the keys or the screws on the right side of the reed, and the reed is going to be facing up towards you, and you're going to slide it over. And then you're going to go and find, oh, I moved it. Alright, you're going to move the ligature all the way down to the line on the reed, like that, okay? And then you're going to tighten it down so that way it's firm. Just firm enough. Doesn't have to be tight. Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to assemble the neck. We're going to make sure, oh! I don't see any dings. Okay, so now you're going to take the mouthpiece and you're going to gently hold the thing, the neck pipe, and you're going to push it on. And now we have the mouthpiece on, and then we're going to put it back in our case to make sure it's not on the floor, and that's why I should have done it on the floor. Okay, so now we're going to take the body and we're going to hook it in the neck strap so that way it doesn't get away from us. Okay, then we're going to take the plastic pipe out. We're going to slide it in. Okay, then you're going to tighten it. Okay, and the first sounds. So, to make your first sound on the saxophone, it's like a clarinet, but not quite exactly. So you're going to take your thumb, your teeth, you're going to stick it underneath your teeth, slide it down, and then your bottom, you're just going to have barely have the pink like that on the bottom. So you're going to light down on top, and then put your bottom underneath, and then you're going to push your armature, but just loosely, not firm, but like that. And that's how the embouchure is, okay? Now, for the amount of reed, it depends on how far you need to go. So that's why there is the paper trick, where you take a piece of paper, like a note card or something like that, and then you stick it in here. You find the break point where you put your lips on, okay? And then you're gonna take your first three fingers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's your finger positions. Okay, so okay, and then you're gonna put your armature. You're gonna go. Okay, so you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And there you go. And that's the first 3 notes. Okay? And you can play simple songs like Mary Had a Little Lamb. And some of the simple songs. Okay, so now we have the horn together, and now we're going to be taking it apart. So the first thing we need to do is to take off the neck and the mouthpiece and put it somewhere safe. So we're going to take out this, put it somewhere safe, and then we're going to swab the body of the saxophone so that way there's no moisture. Okay, we're going to stick it in there. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to find the plug. Okay, so we're going to take the plug, put it back in, so that way in case if it falls, it doesn't break that part. We're going to unhook it. Put it back together. Alright, and then you're going to carefully take the reed out. Okay, take the reed out. Gently pull this out, put it back in the case, put it back together. Put the reed back in the case. Fold this back up. Take that off. Make sure everything is together. Lock it up, and then you are ready to go.